My respect to all the Black Leo fans. They've been so amazing, man. These fans never say never. Always buy the artist through thick and thin, and that is one thing I love about Black Leo fans. Even when they are king, their star, their role model, their guy has been coming under a lot of criticism and heat. This too tall by him. Black Leo fans, King Carl Denero fans, shout outs to y'all. You've done a yeoman's job, and this win also goes out to y'all. What's up, Sierra Leone? This is your boy Emmanuel out of 600. You can call me 600 the God, and you're live on Tales for 6. Now let's get into it, guys. We are about to talk of the show of Ambassador Carl Denero. The show that happened yesterday at the Lighthouse in London in the United Kingdom. So first of all, we are going to watch a snippet of the show and we are going to get into it. We are going to talk about the positives, the negatives, and what we can do better. Ever since this album released, I've been one of the main people talking about him, giving updates on him day to day. And definitely it's all love, and we take it in good faith when we praise him. We also take it in good faith when we say, oh, this can be done better, when we criticize him. So this is what we are going to do today. After a show, it's only right that we sit down and do a throwback of the show and review the positives, the negatives, and what to do better, so that when other artists are going to do this same show in the diaspora or doing this international shows, they can look at this as a roadmap or as a point of contact and also improve their craft and also their mileage. So let's look at a sneak peek into the program and let's talk about it. Woo. It was fire. The show in London was fire. Yeah, I guess you could see the energy. He did the Hakuna Matata song and everybody was going crazy. I think I need to look at the Hakuna Matata song one of these days and also do a personal review and do a breakdown on that song personally, because I've seen a lot of the patrons who went there were loving it. And it was great. You understand? I talked to certain people, certain natives in London who are salon people. As I talked to them, they attended the show and they also said they loved it. So we are going to get into it. So where do we start from? Do we talk about the positives first? Do we talk about the negatives? Or what? Tell me. I wish I could do... Well, I don't have a paper here. I would have done a ballot. And we get into it. But yeah, hold on. I'll do the ballot. Good. I'm good at tearing a piece of paper, y'all. Emmanuel out of 600 is the kind of guy who can rule a straight line from Ghana to Freetown without a ruler. Yeah. Very straight lines without a rule. That is Emmanuel out of 600. So, this is it. Should we do positives first? Positives. Should we do this first? Or should we do negatives first? We are going to ballot. Then after that, we choose what to do. folded up. Now, I don't know which is which, I don't know which is which, and I put them down. Then I pick them up again. So I'm going to choose one. And yes, we are going to start with it. So, okay. So this is what I chose. What is it? Negatives. Woo! We are going to do the negatives first. I actually wanted to do the positives, but yeah, let's start with the negatives since we balloted, we didn't cheat. Let's go, it's negatives. Oh damn, my flower. It's negatives. So let's go. So, okay, this is how we are going to start with the negatives. The show was such a great event, so I don't even know what the negatives are about. Let's get into it. This is what I noticed. Before the program, I came here and I talked about some of the things Ambassador Denero should be doing. If you watched my previous video, I stated that he should have been in London about 2 weeks before the program doing intense promo. Instead of sitting on Facebook Live with some of, the people in the diaspora or in London doing Facebook Live. That doesn't really resonate with the people. It's only a handful of people that are going to watch and are going to find it entertaining. But if you go or you touch down in London 2 weeks before the event, then you could, as it were, do proper planning. You could do so much promo. You could go to you're a good battle rapper, you're a good freestylist. So you could go to shows like Tim Westwood, at least let your promoters book a freestyle session with Tim Westwood. Tim Westwood is big in UK. So many arts have passed through. Davido has passed through. Wizkid has passed through. Burna Boy, Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, Shatta Wale. A lot of artists in the world have passed through Tim Westwood. So as it were, you book a show with Tim Westwood, you go do your freestyle. It activates your brand a lot more. It announces your presence in the country. So even people who are not from Sierra Leone, but are lovers of music. We have people like me who are lovers of music. I just support good music anywhere I hear it. So I'm not going to go to the show because of the artist, but I'm going to go because I think the artist is fire. You understand me? So I talked about it and I thought it wasn't appropriate to go there the same week you are going to do the event, about 3 days prior, then you do the event, or let's say 4 days. I didn't think it was proper, and of course it affected the show because you could have gone to Capital Extra or Capital Radio, like something in the UK, and it's all going to give you clout because this whole thing is not just for the money, but it's to activate and maximize your brand in the UK. So that is one thing you shouldn't even have played with, because even the Davidos, the Wizkids, the Burna Boys of the world, if they are going to London to do a show, they go there prior to do all the podcasts. It's not just sitting on Facebook Live. So that should have been done properly, and the promoters should have watched that. Because once you step in London out of Sierra Leone, that is an international show. So you have to sell yourself out there very, very, very well. 2, the show wasn't sold out. I don't know how many tickets they printed, but the show wasn't sold out. You look at the show, when you look on the ground floor, as like in the video I showed you, the ground floor, well, it's a little bit, well, I say full. I won't say halfway full, but it's good. We have a good number of people in there on the ground floor, but even the ground floor wasn't filled to the maximum capacity. I could say it was a little over, let's say 300 to 400 people on the ground floor, if I'm not mistaken. But I think I'm accurate, 300 to 400 people. And the gallery wasn't filled. this was a small like venue. It should have been sold out. I don't know what the promoters were doing. This time I'm not going to blame the artists. I'm going to blame the promoters and management, because you are in charge for selling our shows. You are promoting, the artist is taking their money. So you should plan proper. So I'm not blaming the ambassador for this. I'm blaming the promoters. I'm blaming the show promoters for this. You understand? They should have been there and it should have worked out perfectly, because the tickets were going for around, I think, £22 to £25. That is like 2 hours of work, in the UK. It should have been sold out, because some people came, guest artists came to support and perform with him. It should have been sold out. It all boils down to, as I said, promotion. The promotion, getting there, activating the brand, doing podcasts. They did the traditional way, posting the posters and all of that. But right now we are in an era of so much social media. So many people live their lives online. You are watching me through the lens, of my phone or my camera, and you are in Sierra Leone, you understand? But you are living the world. You are seeing what is happening in Ghana. You are seeing what is happening elsewhere through the lens of a camera. You understand? Yes. So that is where you live. So once you wake up, you get on your phone, and you are living in a different world outside the world you live in. You understand? So I felt it was a letdown. The promoters, it was a letdown, total letdown. I'm not gonna lie. And the show in particular, we don't have enough footage. And the footage that are out are not so much of a quality. It's not so, the quality is not there like the footages I've seen. I'm not, really finding the quality and all of that. And that is also one thing that has to be improved, because after a show, we are going to do the PR. You understand? We have to talk about the show, we have to talk about events, and we do this. But there is not so much content out there to chance on and even to speak properly on the show. That is one thing the promoters should have also checked. Because you are putting money in this. Denero flew his whole family, nuclear family to the place. It should have been there. Top notch. Okay. Not to bore you with so much, let's get into the positives. Positives. Let's venture into the positives, because there are so much to pick off on, even through the negatives. What positives do we have? One, I feel this was his maiden event. Okay, yeah. And the negative, I didn't see Mood 9. I don't know. I didn't really, okay. Like I said, there is not a lot of footage you can work on. So let's just talk about the positive. So positive still. The Salon people, or the Sierra Leonean people, are some of the most nicest people, because they've gone through war and they've been able to bounce back. And that is one thing I really commend about the Sierra Leone people. And they are doing this at the international stage. They are also on that level with quality. So I love the fact that a lot of people supported their own, and they went there to support the king, Denero, because he supports good music, or he produces good music. So I love the fact that people actually went, paid for the event and went, and they enjoyed themselves. I love that fact. I love the fact that it was his maiden event. He didn't care, even if there were two people, he carried on, and he was performing like he was performing back at home with a whole stadium filled. That is the energy I got from the ambassador. His energy is something you can't take from him. He did it so well. And I loved all the Hakuna Matata song. So many people enjoyed that song, man. I don't know what is it about that song that so many people enjoy. It was crazy. So many people enjoyed the Hakuna Matata. At least that is what I've seen for now. And yeah, it was good. And they closed on time. That is why they closed on time, started the program on time. And yeah, but the people that got in, some didn't really get in early. Yes, I learned that. And yeah, maybe we should do well. But kudos to the ambassador. I know this is going to open gates for so many other artists in Sierra Leone to go to London and to do this gradually. You can do the Lighthouse, you can do the O2 Indigo, then you do the O2 Arena. I know, in about a matter of years, maybe Carl Denero is not going to headline and do it, but other artists in Sierra Leone are going to sell the O2 Arena for sure. And with this, I believe. So this is some of the positives I picked up, and shout outs to the promoters. They did a yeoman's job. I know it's difficult when you're doing your first show and all of that. I know it's difficult, but they actually pulled through. Not even thinking about profit and all of that. They pulled through. Okay, so let's get to what can we do better. What can we do better? What could have done better? I already said it in the negatives. When I was talking about the negatives, I suggested a lot of things. Go there early, make sure it's a sold out show, do your promo, take advantage of the already, established media like Tim Westwood, like other media outlets, the podcast. There are a lot of these Nigerians out there because you feature some of the artists, Mode 9 and all of that, that you could have gone to, talk to, that, this is the biggest export we have in Sierra Leone. He's coming to London, so meet him. Let's talk, have a podcast. You understand? Sarkodie was about to release his championship mixtape, and he did something with, some of the big guys out there. It was a podcast kind of, review, let people fall in love with you, market the artist. So, yeah, and put a lot of content on social media. The hype was there, but I don't know. It has to be better because Carl Denero is a legend. So this is what I want to see next time. I don't know if it's going to play a show in America next. The American promoters, what happened in London was good. So hit up King Carl Denero, put some show because he's been in New York. He's a New York boy, He's been going to the Bronx, through his songs and all of that. Coming to America. He's been talking about going to Flatbush, Brooklyn, doing all these things in New York. So, the New York promoters have him because he's lived in the States. And let's have all the corrections in the show in the States. And I'm one of the people who want to see him again in the States and, promoting the album real quick. And if he wants to do it in Africa, we are also open for it. We want to see the show in Africa as well. And I'm I can't wait for the excitement when I see him playing another stadium show in Sierra Leone to outdoor the album again. I want to see the craze and support in Sierra Leone. This album is not going to go down, and it is always going to go up, in streams and mileage and breaking through territories and all of that. Yes, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I am Emmanuel out of 600, and I am here to support salon music, salon artists. I'm here to point out the positives, the negatives, and what we can do better as a people. Shout outs to all the Black Leo fans. My respect to all the Black Leo fans. They've been so amazing, man. These fans never say never. Always buy the artist through thick and thin, and that is one thing I love about Black Leo fans. Even when they are king, their star, their role model, their guy has been coming under a lot of criticism and heat. This too tall by him. Black Leo fans, King Carl Denero fans, shout outs to y'all. You've done a yeoman's job, and this win also goes out to y'all. Let's make sure we sell out the stadium, whenever the king pulls up for a stadium show in Sierra Leone. I'm signing out. Oh, before I sign out, let me know what you think. I really want to know what you think about the show. Maybe there are certain things I missed out. I know you all know that King Carl Denero always be visiting my platform and all of that. So yeah, let's get interactive. Put it in the comment section, so that anytime he passes by and all of that, He knows what you guys think, what I think, what I didn't say right. Let me know. Yeah, because I'm not, I don't know. I'm not a custodian of wisdom. I say what I feel, what I saw, and that is my opinion. So let me know what you think exactly. What could be done right? The positives, the negatives. Point it out in the comment section, and I'm going to, send this link straight to King Denero and tell him this is what your people are saying. So visit the platform, check, and this is what you can do better. Okay. I'm signing out.